What's up, guys? It's me, the Movie Maniac Collector, and I'm here to talk about a franchise that I kind of thought it's an okay franchise, because basically, yeah, Transformers. As you can see the title of the Transformers. Technically, guys, the first five Transformers movies were directed by Michael Bay, of course. And guys, I do like the Transformers. Most of them. Like, one of them I hate. Another one it's a guilty pleasure, but the rest I like. Now, guys, I won't be including the animated movie for 1986. I do love that animated film, but I'm just including the live action ones. So let's talk about the first Transformers. The first Transformers directed by Michael Bay. I think Michael Bay did a great job with this film. It's just awesome and it's pretty cool. Like, you see Optimus on one side, and if you turn around, there's Megatron. Pretty cool. Yeah. I thought this movie was great. The action scenes were pretty good. My issue with this is, of course, it's about the humans. We don't see the Transformers until like 1 hour into the movie, where Optimus shows up. We get introduced to Bumblebee. We also get introduced to these other Autobots, of course. Optimus. Then we get introduced to Jazz, Ironhide, Ratchet. Those were great Autobots. Rest in peace. I hope Travis Knight brings them back in the sequel to Bumblebee. But I'll talk about that after this. Anyways, yeah, the title Transformers. It's a pretty cool film. Now, there are some people out there who do not care for these films, like Rob. You said that this is the only one you cared for. I seen your review on your old channel. You didn't. It didn't look like you were. You didn't like. It was like you were giving this movie a huge rant. You said this is the only one you cared for, like you can watch, but it did not sound like that in your review on your old channel. I hope you do a review on these if you're watching. The first Transformers films was pretty good. My issue with this film is, of course, Megatron. He's taller than Optimus. They're supposed to be the same size. Also, Frank Wilker does someone else voices Megatron. Frank Wilker, he does the voice of Megatron in some of the original shows and the animated movie as Megatron. But in this one, someone else voiced Megatron. Also, I also like how they got Peter Cullen to voice Optimus. Pretty cool fight scenes. The ending was a great fight scene. Also, Bumblebee talks, but of course, he talks through the radio. Anyways, this is the one I hate, guys. Like, guys, Revenge of the Fallen. This is where the franchise kind of went down for everyone. This one went down for me. Now, basically, we have Shia LaBeouf back. Yeah, I also forgot to mention Sam. You know, he's from the first one. You know, there he is in the cover. And there's Megan Fox, Michaela from the first two. Yeah, I didn't want to mention. I kind of don't really like to mention the characters because the Transformers are the only ones I like. Basically, Sam, the main character from the first one, he's now in college, which in the first one he was in high school. Basically, in this one he's in college. But basically, if you guys don't remember, if you guys seen the ending, Sam touches the cube, and a piece of the spark he touches, it gets stuck in his sweater, and then he's like seeing images in he's like going like giver. He was like giver fishing, like blah, 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 and all that stuff. I don't know how to do it. Felt like he was sucking a peanut. I know that was kind of an inappropriate joke, but yeah, it looked like it. They killed off Optimus, but he comes back at the ending. The forest scene where Optimus goes against Starscream and Megatron, that was pretty cool, and that's the scene where he dies. Megatron kills him, and of course we also got the Fallen, which I don't know if it's no, it doesn't show him right here. There's Megatron, there's Optimus, there's Bumblebee. Yeah, the Fallen, by the way, guys, he's a new villain. Basically, he's actually one of the Primes. He basically wants to collect the suns. Basically, there's a story behind where there was like a bunch of other Primes, but they all sacrificed themselves to save the spark. It's called the Matrix. And the Fallen's looking for it to take over the worlds and taking the suns. And he's actually voiced by Tony Todd. He has a deep voice, by the way. I'm like, when I heard his voice, I'm like, it's Candyman. Tony Todd does the voice of the Fallen, which is the evil Decepticon, the main one. Yeah, I thought he did a good job with the boys, but the Falling, he's supposed to be stronger than Optimus. But at the ending, Optimus kicks his ass and rips his face off. Like, yeah, they also killed off Sam, but then he comes back. He has like a... It's like when he's about to die, he talks to the Primes that died. He comes back to life, revives Optimus. Also, we also have Jetfire in this, which he kind of sacrifices. He sacrificed himself, like, for Optimus, basically. He gave all his parts to Optimus. He goes against Megatron and the Fallen. Yeah. The final fight scene at the end, the forest fight scene and the pyramid scenes were those are the only parts I can watch. Oh yeah, we also have Devastator, and guess what? He has, I don't know how to explain this. There's a scene where like Devastator climbs into the pyramid, tries to take off the top, and they show that he has balls. He has balls. Like if you take a close look, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah. Transformers Dark of the Moon. This one I kinda do like. This one went up for me. There's some people who do not care for this film. I like this one. Michael Bay said that he was gonna do a Transformers film. He was gonna do a great one. I mean, to be honest, guys, this has a lot of problems, but he did something good with this film, actually. The action fightings were pretty good, and yeah. They there's some things I did not like about this film. For example, they brought back the parents, Sam's parents, which they were in the first two films. By the way, I forgot to mention them. They're so annoying in the first two, especially in the second one. Michael Bay brings those characters back, but they're like in a few minutes of the movie. It's like they did cameos. By the way, basically Samson has a job now. Basically, he has a new girlfriend because if you guys didn't know, Megan Fox got fired. She was supposed to be in this one, but Michael Bay fired her because something about sexual stuff, and yeah, I'm not gonna talk about that. Anyways, yeah, she got replaced by Rosie Huntington, Huntington, I think I'm saying her name right. I'm not sure. I think she's better than Megan Fox in my opinion. Yeah, and now this one, the reason they talk about the moon. They talk about the dark side of the moon. That's why it's called Dark of the Moon. Now, we also have another Prime. Basically, he's called Sentinel Prime. We also have Megatron, Starscream. They're back. We also have Barricade, but they like Michael Bay. People wanted Michael Bay to bring back Barricade, which is a cop one. He's not even in the full film. Like you get to see him in a few minutes at the ending of the movie, and then he like disappears, just like he did in the first one. Like, where was he during the fights? They killed off Ironhide in this film. And again, I forgot to mention, they killed off Jazz in the first one. Megatron splits him apart in the first one. Sentinel Prime kills Ironhide by melting him and dies. Like, I was pissed by that part. They killed off Ironhide. I was like, no, why did they kill off Ironhide? Michael Bay, he made this film a bit worse, but I still like the film. The final fight scenes at the end in Chicago was the best part. Like, the whole scene where, like, the characters are, like, in this building, and people are saying that they took an hour until the whole building to fall down. That is kind of true, because I saw the behind the scenes, and the producers said that it took an hour for that building to fall. And then Optimus is, like, arrives in time. Also, we also have a scene where, like, Sam kills Starscream. He has a hook, grappling hook, and then hits Starscream in the eye, then stabs his other eye with a bomb, and he's like, I can't see, and then he's hitting his head on the ground. That thing was pretty funny. Like, his death was actually pretty much funny. So Starscream dies, and at the end we have Optimus going against Megatron. Well, actually, not really Megatron. Sentinel Prime freaking rips Optimus's arm off, and then Megatron saves him, but then Optimus kills Megatron by ripping his head off, and then kills, of course, Sentinel Prime. And Michael Bay said that this was gonna be the last one, but this movie made like $1 billion in the box office, and that's one of the reasons why he made Age of Extinction the last night, because this one made like $1 billion. This should have been the final one in my opinion. Even though I do like Age of Extinction, this could have been the final one. I like this more as a trilogy, but I like Age of Extinction, but I'll explain why. Yeah, and then Optimus again. The movie ends with him talking about a speech, and the movie ends. Yeah, this was pretty much a great film, even though it has problems. Yeah. Okay, now we get to Age of Extinction, which everyone hates this movie. I thought this movie was actually pretty good. Now, the reason why Michael Bay, he mentioned that the reason why Shia LaBeouf did not come back is because he mentioned that it was kind of hard to make a franchise with the same character, so no one comes back from the original three. So we have a new cast. We have Mark Wahlberg, Kate Yeager, who's now the main character. Basically, this movie is basically about the humans are now hunting the Transformers, the Autobots, and now they're like killing them, and they killed off Ratchet. They killed off freaking Ratchet. Lockdown, which is the new Decepticon, kills Ratchet by ripping his heart off. Michael Bay, you're making these films even worse. Why did you have to kill off Ratchet? There's this thing where like Mark Wahlberg breaks into this building. It's called Chi Si. Basically, when they're looking like where Mark Wahlberg has this drone, like a camera recording drone looking thing, and then he looks at Ratchet and Optimus is like, they slaughter Ratchet. I'm gonna tear them apart. Optimus was kind of dark in this film actually, because this time he shoots at humans. In the original three, he didn't want to harm humans, but now in this one, like the humans were so he didn't like the humans did not care if Optimus kills them. Now in this one, he shoots at people. We also get introduced to these new Autobots. We have Hound, Crosshairs, and Drift, which they're like these new Autobots. The only Autobot that I know the most, if you guys don't know, John Goodman, he does the voice of Hound, which is the fat Transformers. Yeah, the one with the one that looks like a fat soldier, which is him right there in the back. I know you can't see he's in the back right there. I thought he did a pretty good job as Hound. Crosshairs and Drift were pretty good Autobots. I didn't mind him at all. I did not mind him. Bumblebee was kind of a bit sassy in this, where there's a scene where like Bumblebee meets his replacement, and then he looks at the TVs and they're talking trash about Bumblebee, like, "You're not better than me." Yeah, we also get introduced to the Dinobots, which Michael Bay was gonna show them at the first one, but he wanted to wait sequels in. They appear like the last minutes of the movie, like the last 20 minutes of the movie. They appear. I didn't mind the Dinobots at all. Some people don't care for them. I did like the Dinobots for what they were. We also had Stanley Tucci in this. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right, but oh well. My favorite part is probably the whole scene. Well, I have two favorite parts. One of my favorite parts is where like Hound is like, if you guys don't know where Optimus, Crosshairs, and Drift are like looking for the Dinobots. Hound, he's fighting with the Decepticons. He's like, "Come and get some. You're all gonna die." While Optimus is riding on the Dinobots. That was a pretty good fight scene. I was kind of shocked that I was like I was kind of afraid that they were gonna kill him off, but lucky they didn't. He's actually one of my favorite Autobots. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I really like this one actually. I don't mind this movie. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, we they bring Galvatron. He's voiced by Frank Welker. He appears. There's some scenes where he does appear, but that's all. And then at the ending of the film, where Optimus goes against Lockdown at the end, kills him off by splitting him in half, which that's actually my second favorite part. Like the last 20 minutes of the movie between Optimus and Lockdown, that was a pretty good fight scene. Lockdown's death was pretty gruesome. The way how he splits him in half. Well, not really in half. Only he goes through the chest and then goes through the head, splits him in half. And then Optimus saves everyone, and then we see Galvatron saying, "We'll meet again, Prime, for I am reborn." And then he disappears. And by the way, guys, this is not gonna be a popular opinion, but I kind of like Kate Yeager more in this than Sam and Haley Stanfield and Bumblebee, to be honest. I'll explain why. Anyways, let's go with Michael Bay, Transformers: The Last Night. This is everyone hates this movie so much. I've seen a lot of people's reviews. No one gives this movie a good credit. Everyone hates this movie. I think it's a guilty pleasure, because the last 40 minutes of the movie saved it. That's all. The rest of the beginning of the film was pretty much dumb. Michael Bay tried to do a story about the Knights. Didn't work out. Optimus, he finally arrives in Cybertron, but it's all destroyed. We also get introduced to Quintessa. which she's Optimus creator, basically turns him evil. She turns Optimus evil. Now he's called Nemesis Prime. The best Transformers yet? Nope. Everyone's gonna agree with that. Nope, it's not. The last 40 minutes of the movie was great. Well, like where Optimus, Nemesis Prime, I should say, going against Bumblebee. That fighting was awesome. We also, and then Bumblebee finally talks. Some people were like, what a, wait, some people were like this, like, I'm gonna be, look, this is how people's reactions were. They were like, what, wait, didn't Bumblebee talk in the first one? You're probably saying the same thing, guys, if you're watching this. Yeah, like, in the first one, he's like, permission to speak, sir. I wish to stay with the boy. In this one, he's like, I am Bumblebee, your oldest friend, Optimus. I will give my life for you. Yeah, and then Optimus is good now. Wheels, and by the way, guys, we get it. They brought back Barricade, Megatron. Yeah, they bring those back. And by the way, guys, Megatron, he's voiced by Frank Welker, which he finally, Michael Bay got something right. Michael Bay got Frank Welker to voice Megatron, which he should have done that in the beginning. He should have done that in the first place with Transformers, because you know Frank Welker, he does the voice of Megatron. I was about to say Optimus. He does the voice of Megatron, and I'm glad he got that right in this film. And then the whole fight scene at the end between the Autobots. We also get introduced to Infernicus, which I thought he was pretty cool. And Optimus. The way there's this one like the entire Decepticons, you know, Infernicus, he's transformed. There's like 8 Decepticons that transform him into Infernicus. Optimus cuts their heads off. He's like, did you forget who I am? And swings the sword and cuts their heads off. He's like, I am Optimus Prime. And then they fight Quintessa. Bumblebee shoots her. He says, sting like a bee. And then basically the movie ends with the Autobots going back to they go back home. And then we get it. We also have the ending, which Quintessa doesn't die. Talks about, of course, I'll show you how to kill Infernic. What's his name? What was his name again? I forgot. I think which, look, guys. Basically, there's like, if you guys don't know, I forgot I think it was an Autobot. I think its name was Unicron. If you guys don't know, it's like these giant horns that they're under the ground. I think its name was Unicron. Yeah. Basically, Michael Bay stated that this is the final one of his films. I'm kind of happy, and I'm kind of pissed off, because now we have a film. We're never gonna get a 6th one. To be honest, guys, I'm kind of pissed of that, because now we have a continuation ending that we're never gonna get. But oh well, some people were extremely excited for that. I'm happy, and I'm pissed. To be honest, I wanted to see Unicron. Now we get to Bumblebee, this is everyone's favorite Transformers films. My favorite too. Travis Knight directed this film, the best Transformers movie yet. Hell yes. Haley Steinfeld, she's great in this. Basically, when she meets Bumblebee, you know, it's like they're like having a relationship. I really like this film. I do like John Cena in this film, kind of. Most of his films were not that good, like Play with Fire, which I didn't really care for that one. Yeah, I kind of like his character in this. I didn't mind him at all. The first 3 minutes of the movie were probably the best part. They finally show a fight scene in Cybertron. Every single, like, all the Autobots now, they look like in their original form. Like, if you guys don't know, G1, that's the original. That's how their original form they were supposed to be. But they look different in the Michael Bay films. Oh, by the way, guys, I forgot to mention, Bumblebee turns into his normal form in the last night. If you guys don't know, that whole scene where, like, Bumblebee going against Nemesis Prime, he actually transforms into his original version, like his G1 version. I really like how this film was pretty good. I thought it was a pretty great film. My favorite of the franchise, and I think this is everyone's favorite film. Such a great film. The Decepticons were pretty good. They killed off one of the... what was his name again? I forgot his name. I think his name was there's this thing where like one of they like these two Decepticons, they killed off one of the Autobots, splitting him in half. I think it was his name was Clifford Jumper, Cliff Jumper. I kind of forgot how his name was, but yeah, they split him in half, which I kind of felt bad for him. And then of course Bumblebee going against these two at the end. That was a pretty good fight scene. And of course, the ending of the movie has where Bumblebee reunites with Optimus, and then the movie ends with Optimus and Bumblebee. They're like Optimus tells Bumblebee that you saved the planet. Now they have a future, and then Bumblebee looks at the sky, and they're like the other Autobots are coming to Earth. And Travis Knight stated that he's gonna make a sequel to Bumblebee, which I'm looking forward to see. He's gonna bring Megatron. I hope he's voiced by Frank Welker. I hope he is. I'm excited to see Bumblebee too. It's coming on 2022, by the way. I'm looking forward to see the new. I'm looking forward to. I hope they bring back Haley Stanfield, cause I mean she's awesome in this film. I like her in this like a lot. Yeah, man. Really like this movie. Yeah, it also, by the way, if you guys get the Blu-ray version, you'll get a like a little book, like you'll get a book of it, a bit of it. Yeah, really like this film, love it. Now, when I was talking about when I kind of prefer Mark Wahlberg, where I actually prefer Mark Wahlberg than Sam and Haley Stanfield, and this is because if you guys don't know, Mark Wahlberg, he fights back. If you guys don't know, Mark Wahlberg, he gets a gun. Like, he has one of those guns that they have in Age of Extinction. Like, he's helping Optimus fighting Lockdown. He's, like, shooting at Lockdown. That scene, that's why I prefer Mark Wahlberg, Kate Yeager more than I prefer him more than Sam and Haley Stanfield, because he fights back. Unlike Sam, he does fight back sometimes, but mostly he runs away. Haley Stanfield, she helps Bumblebee. She doesn't fight, she just helps him. She helps Bumblebee, but Mark Wahlberg, if it wasn't for him in Age of Extinction, Optimus could have died in this film. Lockdown could have killed him, but like there he is with his gun. That's the kind of gun that he was using when he was going against the Decepticons. You know, he's fighting with Hound and Bumblebee in the final fight scene between Optimus and Lockdown. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this movie collection video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed this. What you guys think of these films? Are they good? Are they bad? Are they okay? My favorite is this one. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next video.